Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going over these handguards here that you see from ALG Defense. They are the new MLOK compatible handguards. And see, we got it set up in kind of a interesting little way, which is some of the things that you can do with the new MLOK direct attach system. But for now, we'll keep putting some rounds down range, step inside, and get into the details of these handguards coming up next. Before we get too deep into the review, let's address that annotation I made earlier in the video. When I shot the opening scene, this was still called the MLOK rail. Now it's called the T-nut rail. Reason being that Magpul has started coming out with some accessories for their MLOK line and found some, I don't want to say issues, but a difference in their design versus what ALG is offering here now. This is a Magpul spec 1913 style rail piece, and this is the ALG piece. As you can see in the picture there's a slight difference, and the difference comes from the fact that this rail is rounded all the way around, and the MLOK design is actually meant to work with flat surfaces. So again, looking at these two, if my camera will focus, and it did, you'll see this is the ALG here, and it does have that rounded surface, and the Magpul here on the right. Other than that, the MLOK works just fine. I've installed this Magpul piece on here before. It's worked fine, but some of the accessories that come off might not fit flush on there, or probably won't fit flush. So they're now calling it, ALG is now calling this the T-nut rail, handguard, but it still works just fine with the MLOK stuff that I've seen so far. So just putting that out of the way, moving on with the review. As many of you saw in my overview video on MLOK, MLOK's just a system that uses the T-nuts here to attach directly onto rails. You can attach it in many different places. It's an extremely strong mounting system, and just a quick turn of the wrench and your stuff is locked into place, secure as can be, and it comes off just as easily. There's a bunch of different benefits to the MLOK system. Check out that video if you guys want the details on it, but I don't want to spend too much time in this review talking about it. But it's a pretty innovative new system that Magpul is just now starting to roll out direct attach stuff for as well. So look forward to some reviews on that stuff coming up here on the channel. But that's the system. Very simple, very streamlined, and allows a very low profile mounting option. When you order the handguard, you get your instructions here in the handguard itself. These shims here that work in conjunction with the barrel nut here to get your proper fit and ensure that your gas tube is going to be lined up properly. It also comes with a barrel wrench that works to torque it down, and combined with these shims, it torques it down to the right spec, so you don't even need a torque wrench, which is actually really handy. So all the tools you need to install it, it comes with it, so you can't complain about that. You especially can't complain about it for the price. This sucker comes to market right at $110. Got a ton of features with it. Obviously the MLOK compatibility, the QD attachment points on both sides, but it doesn't come with any accessory rails. So if you want an accessory rail, either a 1913 style rail or this co-witness top rail here, you have to order those. I believe they're $20 a piece on the website. It also doesn't have a 1913 style rail on the top. Now the pro of that obviously is that it's lightweight, and it's also more ergonomic for folks that want to run a thumbs over grip, so there's no rail there to have to work with. The con of that obviously is if you're trying to add like a PEC 15, lasers, lights, and stuff like that on top, you have limited rail space to do it, and you have to add those sections on. So pros and cons, but I think for most folks it's not an issue at all. After installing your barrel nut, you just slide the handguard over the barrel nut, line up these two tabs on each side of the receiver to ensure that it's not going to move around on you, and then you lock it into place with additional strength here with these 6 screws all the way around. I recommend adding a little blue Loctite on there when you do, but that's all there is to it for installation. I think the only important thing I left out so far is going to be color. This one's obviously in black, as you can see. There's also a gray version out, and really, again, just to highlight it, for the money, I don't think you could find a better sturdy rail out there. I mean, $110, you're talking about, we're getting into the realm of like cheap airsoft Chinese stuff at that price point. And to think that it's this quality with this fit finish and a quality company backing it up, if you are on a limited budget, this is one I would take a hard look at. If you guys have any questions about this handguard or anything else I didn't cover here in the review, you can always post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.